Grim milestone about to be passed here in the United States, 100,000 deaths. Quite incredible. 3 months ago, there were no reported deaths, of course, in the US. What happened? How do we get here? All questions perhaps for the future. But let's just do a quick summary. Remember, the US president perhaps lulled into a false sense of security after China's unprecedented lockdown of Wuhan, but the WHO and other countries reported cases, acted very quickly. The US did impose travel bans both on China and Europe, but it was too late. There was already community spread in New York from Europe, in Washington state from China, and elsewhere. And there was delays, of course, in testing. Remember the CDC decided not to use the WHO test, tried to do its own. There were fatal flaws with that, and that led to delays. And when hospitalizations and deaths increased, remember there was a huge demand for personal protective equipment, masks, gowns, life-saving ventilators, hospitals stretched. There was finger pointing between the federal government and the governors, all these things. And then, of course, with the huge layoffs that we've seen across the US, a real feeling from the US president to open up as quickly as possible. He wanted to open up to Easter, remember, second week of April, but finally they extended the shutdown, but now 50 states are reopening. Larry Kudlow, one of the chief economic advisors here at the White House, is actually hopeful. He says, look, it's just been appalling, but he thinks with all this partial reopening and consumer confidence going up, that he thinks there will be a huge rebound in the third and fourth quarter. Let's take a listen.
People are probably looking down the road. They realize this is temporary, and they believe they're going to go back to work and businesses will reopen. I think that's a big plus. I think the third quarter is frankly going to be a huge growth quarter. We agree with the Congressional Budget Office. And the fourth quarter, the whole second half, you're going to see a tremendous rebound, and it'll spill over into 2021.
And for now, the US president is not focusing on what has gone wrong. He gives himself and his team a 10 out of 10.